Hey everyone, this is Jason from Educated to Employed, and today I want to talk to you about the 9 most important methods of optimizing your LinkedIn profile so that you get interest from top companies. Let's get started. Tip number 1, update your profile with as much data as possible. You have to remember that just like a Google or any of these other platforms, LinkedIn search and LinkedIn visibility is based on an algorithm. And the more data you feed into the system, the better the system will understand you, and the more likely that your profile will be placed at the top of the list. So every single part of LinkedIn, every single part of that profile, make sure it is completely filled out with as much information as possible. Tip number 2, make sure you have a good profile photo. You want to be presentable. You want recruiters to be able to see what you look like, who you are, and what you represent. It doesn't need to be some formal, photo of you in a tuxedo or anything like that. But it shouldn't be a photo of you with spaghetti all over your shirt. It should be something that looks nice, that represents who you are, what your personality is, and is good looking, right? Like, think of it as a dating profile. If you're on a dating profile and you saw somebody with a really crappy photo and you saw someone else just as good looking with a really great photo or an interesting photo, who are you going to gravitate towards? It's the same thing. You want to have a photo that represents who you are and presents yourself in the best possible light. Tip number 3, make your job title, your actual job title, the title of your profile. If you're a student, maybe you don't have a job. Maybe you're just a student right now. There's one of 2 things you can do. Either you can use your most recent job title, if it's representative of the type of career that you want to go after. So maybe you were an intern somewhere, or you're a co-op student, or you had a summer job, or you did some work in the field that you're interested in pursuing when you graduate, then use that. Or maybe you're simply a student and you don't have any of that experience, then use a type of position from your student career. So maybe you were involved in a volunteer activity or something like that within your school, or maybe you're head of the debate team, or whatever it is. Use that as your main title. Something that is a real job, a real title that actually will help recruiters understand what it is that you do, what kind of skills you have, and what your experience is. Recruiters search by job title. So you need to have something there in order for them to be able to find you. Tip number 4, that's 4, yeah, 4. Have a kick-ass profile summary. This is so often overlooked. HR recruiters and HR managers and so on are going to be skimming profiles. They're going to be looking for a reason that they can just breeze over yours because they have so many to look at. And the profile summary provides an opportunity to put your accomplishments right up front and center. Also, and more importantly, gives you an opportunity to prove that you can actually solve their problem. And this is critical. If you're a hiring manager, and let's say you're in marketing, you're a marketing manager, and you are looking for somebody to come on as a marketing coordinator, you probably deal in Excel a lot, you look at data a lot, you analyze numbers and those kinds of things to make critical marketing decisions. If you're a student and you have experience with Excel, experience building pivot tables or cutting data or analyzing data, include that in your summary, because when that manager looks, they're going to say, hey, this person actually understands Excel. They understand how to read data. Like, I don't have to teach them that. That's amazing. It's going to save me so much time. Let's definitely get this person in for an interview. Speak to them, the hiring manager in this case, the recruiter, and how you can solve their problems. Do that in the summary, and you will be way ahead of the competition. Tip number 5, build connections. Get to that 500 plus. At least get over 100. Build connections, as many as you can. Constantly be building them. If you've ever worked anywhere before or you're currently in some summer job, add everybody. It doesn't matter. Build connections. It helps the algorithm. LinkedIn's algorithm is based partially on connections, and the more you have, the more likely you are going to show up in search. It also increases the likelihood that you're actually connected to somebody that's connected to one of the recruiters of a company you're interested in. And the other way to do that is to actually actively go out, find companies that you're interested in, find people that are interesting, and connect with them. The worst thing that can happen is they'll say no. And there's a really simple thing you can say that'll ensure a high likelihood of success so you're not just simply spamming them. All you have to say is, hey, I really liked your profile. I'd love to learn and share things with you. Would you be interested in connecting? Worst case scenario, they say no. They say yes, boom, you're connected. They're likely connected to the recruiter, and then that recruiter's much more likely to find you when they're searching for your profile. Tip number 6, tell recruiters that you're actively looking for a job. There's an option in settings in LinkedIn where you can check looking for work. You can select where you're looking, what types of cities. That gives you then job opportunities and things like that. But it also indicates to recruiters that you are actively looking, and recruiters have their own LinkedIn recruiting platform that they often use, and this will ensure that you actually show up there and that you're actively looking for work. So simple, super, super important. Tip number 7, skills. Add them. Make sure that your skills are filled out, that people are liking your skills. Ask people to like your skills, like other people's skills so that they like yours. It helps with searches. Recruiters search by skills. So if you're interested in public policy, government jobs, then make sure you have a skill related to public policy. If you're interested in communications, make sure you have communications and writing skills, that kind of thing selected. Include all the really important skills that all these recruiters are looking for: public speaking, attention to detail, time management, communication, all these kinds of things. Make sure you have all those skills checked off and make sure you're actively liking other people's skills so that they like yours back. Tip number 8, be involved on the platform. Share stuff, like stuff, comment on stuff, write your own stuff. It's a free blogging platform and it gives you the opportunity to actually write stuff. I know that's a lot of work, but it really doesn't take that long to write a summary of an article, for example, and then share that article, or just simply find articles and share them. Comment on other people's articles. Share and like things. Again, it teases the algorithm. It improves the ability of your profile to show up in search, and recruiters are much more likely to actually find out about you. Last but not least, tip number 9, ask for recommendations. This is critical to your success and so often overlooked that it will give you a massive advantage over all those other applicants. And you better believe that recruiters will look at this stuff. Just like all those other aspects of your profile that we've talked about today, they will definitely look at your recommendations. Think about how when you go out shopping somewhere, whether on Amazon or elsewhere online, and you're comparing products, you're always looking at reviews and testimonials to determine what is the best product, why is it good, why is it bad, does it fit my particular needs. This is the same thing. Recruiters will look at your recommendations to see what is the proof that you are who you say you are good at what you do, and so on. And those recommendations provide that proof. They provide that validation that you are that employee, that critical employee that they would like to interview or potentially hire for their business. So it is extremely important that you ask for recommendations. Now, asking for a recommendation from a peer or a colleague is okay, but I would recommend trying to get that critical recommendation from a senior manager or whoever you were reporting to, preferably again somebody senior in the company. This just looks a lot better. Just like you would get a reference from somebody at that level, ask for a recommendation from somebody at that level. I hope you enjoyed these 9 tips on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. If you're looking for more tips like these, please visit educatedtoemployed.com, and don't forget to hit just the subscribe button, where more videos come out like this regularly to teach students just like you how to get amazing careers in the workplace. Thanks, and talk to you soon.